let's just start off with what the problem is. Here's what I understand the problem is to be, okay? I think the problem is that people view Cash App as doing something underhanded or possibly malevolent or malicious by gifting subs to broadcasters. They feel like it's a little bit there are like these words to describe it, like that there it's like a little bit cringe or it's a little bit cheap or it's a little bit underhanded or it's a little bit right. And I just want to like I think it's coming from a lot of like fundamental misunderstandings as to like what Cash App is doing on the website. So Cash App is doing a couple of things, and there's a couple misunderstandings. One is that they are full sponsoring streamers, right? So the most known of that is the Scuff podcast and the Austin Show. And I can tell you, knowing the value of both of these deals, that these are aggressive sponsorships. They are paid very highly, competitive with any other sponsor on the platform or better. Secondarily, they are literally gifting money to communities. So they are running giveaways on their own channel, and others that they speak to actually just give money to people. It's that simple. It's $100, $250, or $500. Thirdly, they are going around Twitch and they are gifting subs to streamers, mostly ones they support, but occasionally just random people they support financially otherwise. Okay, so when I'm trying to like understand the argument of like Cash App is doing something bad on the platform, I'm trying to like as hard as I can. I'm trying to take off my corporate suit because I know that that's like my thing. And I'm trying to understand like why someone have a problem with that because I see no downside whatsoever to gifted subs. Now, I'm looking at like some of the activations that like Burger King did, where Burger King comes in, literally tips the streamer $3 and then says, greetings, chap. We've tipped you enough to go buy something from the dollar menu of your Burger King down the street. Enjoy that. Right? And if Cash App gifted 5 subs and they said, yo, go to Cash App, download the app right now, that would feel pretty bad. But that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is they're going into a stream with 40 viewers and gifting 100 subs. And that's insane. Like, you have to realize that, like, $250 for a smaller broadcaster can be absolutely life-changing, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a spiritual one. From the sense that they're like, wow, that kind of support keeps me going. Maybe that guy was going to quit and now goes another year because of that. I like to me when you gift it when a brand gifts a huge amount of subs into a community, I cannot see a loss there. The worst thing that happens is nothing. The worst thing that happens is a couple of people go, okay, whatever, and you as a broadcaster can immediately choose not to acknowledge it. You go like, hey, thanks for the gift subs. I don't really support your brand, but appreciate it. Right? That's all you need to say. So I don't see like this massive downside of gifting subs. Like this feels like a literal nothing burger to me, right? This feels like something that people are complaining about because they don't understand what Cash App is after. What Cash App is trying to do is create experiential marketing. And experiential marketing means that they are creating oh no. Okay. The MCA boys. Okay. They're creating an experience, right? Through their marketing. Okay, so what do you mean by an experience? It means that like it's the whole I was there phenomenon, right? Like it's like you're somewhere, you're on a Scuff podcast, everything's hype, everybody's talking, vibing, good time. Cash App comes in and says, we're gonna give $80,000 to the chat. And now you can say that you've been a part of that experience. Because if you shake out the ROI on it, doesn't make any sense. Right? Like Cash App isn't making any money objectively off of paying that much for advertising. They could go and spend money on Facebook and they get more direct downloads or whatever. But the impressions that they are making, and I don't mean impressions in the literal sense of the digital media word, which is like impression counting is like a view. I mean the impression, like the actual impression upon you, right, that they're making. is, wow, this is a brand that is giving money physically. Like, imagine if you got $100 for free in your Cash App, which a lot of people did. People tweet me every day and say that they got that as a result of all of the giveaways that we've done on the Scuff podcast. Like, the feeling of that sticks with you, and now you have that affiliation with the brand that really can't be stated in like any kind of marketing terms. In marketing, we always use data. So we use things like click through rate, we use things like engagement, we use things like total impressions or number of conversions, things like that. Marketing is a very objective science a lot of the time. It's based on a lot of like data. It's based on a lot of stuff that we can quantify. So it's like, for example, like if I'm selling something for $20 and my cost to produce it is $14, I know I have $6 to spend on marketing. If I get a conversion rate of like 2 to 3%, then I know that I'm selling like 6 times 3, which is 20, or 6 times 3, which is $18, right, in profit for every 100 people that I bring to the website. I know I can spend up to $36, right, because I have $6 available to actually spend for that money, and my profit is 36 minus 18 for every 100 convert. Like that's a very basic example of like how we would do any kind of evaluation in marketing. But the way that Cash App is doing this is meaningfully different because they are marketing an experience. They're marketing something that makes an impression upon you that causes you to have brand loyalty. Does that make sense? So what they're doing is them going around Twitch and gifting 100 subs to a 40 viewer streamer community creates the impression of that person will never forget. And the amount of times that person will then go on to talk about that person far exceeds any advertisement that you could do one time. So experiential marketing is highly risky, but it's very effective. The complaints about it usually come from when people do experiential marketing wrong. The aforementioned example of Burger King, which is like, hey guys, like here's $3. Like we're an enormous multi-billion-dollar brand that's going to give you, the streamer, $3 to get through your donation message thing so that we can tell you to buy Burger King stuff. That feels bad because that's experiential marketing done wrong. And what people are trying to do, I think, in complaining about Cash App is conflate the issue and try to compare them across the board to people that are doing these activations like Burger King. But it's a completely different thing. Cash App is coming in, dropping hundreds of gifted subs. They sponsor, full-blown financially sponsor, several broadcasters, and they're doing deals with more every single day. Our agency gets tons of activations through Cash App. They're doing that too. They're doing activations, right? They're doing physical activations where like Trainwreck's Among Us event sponsored by Cash App, right? Trainwreck's unboxings for Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, right? Like there is all kinds of things that Cash App is doing to be a part of the culture of the website. And and like the problem that people have with someone like Cash App, they're gonna have a problem with any like, woo, this is like the big corporations, man, that are like they're stripping away our authenticity, like whatever, like, right? But like a brand is a brand. 100 gifted subs, 100 gifted subs, whether it's from Dogbert69 or it's from Cash App. To me, only changes the sort of like with the intent being the same, right? That realizing that Cash App could do these like activations in a much more like efficient way, objectively in marketing, that they do this for these brand impressions. I guess it's up to you individually to determine if that is okay or not okay. But to me, Cash App being here is an enormous boon to the website. They've given hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not close to millions of dollars, back to the community. And then that has manifested either in physical cash for you, the audience, or in gifted subs to people that I assume you want to watch because you're here, right? So I don't see a downside. I don't. I think that Cash App is doing amazing work on Twitch, and that marketing people should pay attention to it. You're saying the motive of the donation doesn't matter? I think that the motive of donations does matter, but in this case, I think the motive is benign. So Cash App is, I think, doing two things, right? One, they aren't. First of all, they're not like trying to say, "Oh yeah, we're just about the people." Like they're very clearly representing themselves as a brand, and they're very clearly like saying, "We're part of Square App. Download Cash App as part of this transaction." But I don't think that their intent is to what's because this is a really good question. I think it's levels of compensation. Okay, I think the reason why the Burger King thing felt pretty bad, um, in fact, I know it's this because let's take this. Okay, so the Burger King tip was $3 to small streamers and large streamers to get a dono message, and this felt really bad. But what if Burger King had gifted $1,000 to a small streamer with the same message? There would have been people who were upset because there's people who are upset about literally everything. But I think that this would have been a very different vibe. Do you agree? So the marketing executives at Burger King, they wanted to tip the exact amount it cost to get them a new deal for their activation. So like I think it was like $3.12, whatever the hell it was, right? But if they had literally came in to a small stream and gifted $1,000 to that dude and said, "Hey, we just want to support small streamers. Thanks from Burger King," and it didn't feel like an ad, that would have been meaningfully very different than if they had come in and done the 312 thing that they did. Okay? And in the same way, if Cash App comes in, donates 5 gifted subs, and says, "Go download the Cash App at www.cashapp.com," right? Or they come in and they say, "Here's 100 gifted subs," and they don't say anything. They just peace out, which is what they do, by the way. They're like, there's no message attached to it. They could attach one if they wanted to. They don't do that. There's no call to action. There's no like download Cash App at this place. It's just 100 gifted, bomb, I'm out, right? I like it. If you can't say that these two things are meaningfully different, then I don't think there is any way for us to come to the middle on this. Because to me, those are not the same thing at any level. And I think that a lot of people side with people like Lyric, who I hard disagree with here, right? Because Lyric is notoriously anti-brand, which is fine for a guy that gets 30,000 viewers and makes $2 million off of subs a year. Okay, that he can say that. And like everyone thinks he's compassionate. But the real compassion would be understanding how big of a deal 100 gifted subs is to a small streamer. And not living in a magic sky castle and being like, "Oh yeah, it's like so bad to accept money from brands." Like, not everyone has 10,000 viewers and it's like a 10K Andy and rakes down freaking 30,000 subs a month, which is $90,000 a month, right? Like not everybody's doing that, and not everybody has the privilege and the ability. I hate that word, but like the has the ability to just be like, "Well, today I will donate all my money to moderators. Going forward, the tip button will be only for moderators. If only everyone was so cool and upscale and as amazing as me that spends all my money on moderators." Okay, cool, dude. But what about the guy that is like earning $500 a month from Twitch with freaking 50 subs that's trying to make it? What about that guy? If you ban, which is the majority of people, that's like the 0.00001% of streamers that can make decisions like this. I'm slobbering because I'm so upset, right? The 0.0001% of streamers that can make decisions like this are not relevant. There's 5.6 million broadcasters on the website every month, right? And the majority of them are affiliates. Actually, the majority of them are nobody. But out of them, there's 400,000 affiliates and there's 40,000 partners, and most of them are struggling. Most of them are trying to make full-time income off of this website, living their dream. And so like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna blanket say that no brand should be allowed to gift subs because your idea of gifting money is like it's unethical to do so, right? I think that I think that is short-sighted, and I think that like it's very weird how all of you are following. Sorry, not all of you. It's like some of the people. I don't want to say like you. Like some of these people that are complaining about Cash App are following the word of these elites when you yourselves are not them. You're not like you're not raking down $250,000 a month from Twitch, like, and yet you're following Lyric's word to the letter about what he believes about it, right? Like, You know, like so I just I feel like I feel like I agree I definitely agree with this take. Um that there is an absolutely wrong way to approach brands doing this. And hard disagreed with the Burger King thing. Like I thought that was really, really shitty to do. And I also thought it was doubly shitty that Adweek picked it up and was like, this is the marketing event of the fucking century. That like, look at Burger King spending less than $500 to get all these impressions. Because the agency world, you guys don't know it, but the agency world went crazy about that activation, okay? Well, everybody was getting butt mad about it. The agency world, all the agents, all the marketers, they went crazy because they did the math. They looked at how much Burger King spent on that, and then they looked at the impressions that Burger King got. And remember, in the marketing world, negativity is not a bad thing. Negativity is good publicity. So they championed that activation. That activation went down as one of the best activations that's ever been done digitally because it was a very low cost activation for the amount of impressions that came in. Now, I strongly disagree with that, even though it's to my disadvantage as an agent to do so, right? Like you want to give me a shitload of impressions for $500? I can go to XQC and say, hey man, you should look at Novo the agency, and I donate him $5, and he goes, Novo, what's that? And then he goes, and he goes on my website, and I literally just got 50,000 free impressions for $5. Shit, yeah, that's a good marketing deal. Damn, but I still agree, and I don't agree with that. I hard disagree that that was the right way to do it with Burger King. I think that was really scummy for them to do. Like straight up, totally agree with you. But I think that to not be able to separate that from what Cash App is doing is also short sighted. It seems to me that we're losing the sauce here. We're conflating two things that are very, very different. And I think that's my take on Cash App. I see Cash App as doing something that is pretty pretty revolutionary in marketing, and they're using something that exists, which is gifted subs, and in a way that really benefits the there's no downside, and like XQC would just ignore your dono. He won't. Like, did you watch the Ludwig video where Ludwig actually logged into a random Twitch account? He literally did this. Ludwig set up like a Squarespace website selling a bullshit meme shirt, and he went into streamers' chats, donated $5, said you're on the front page of this website, and then they went on the web. Ms. Kiff went on the website, and it instantly, and then all he did was go on the website, check it out, laugh about it, and then it instantly converted like 10 sales. So like there's people that have proved that you can do this. And there's different ways of going about it. What I'm saying is that here's what I'm saying. This is the magnum opus of this talk, okay? Like, we need to evaluate every single brand activation on its own merit. So don't lump in every brand. Not every corporation is evil. I understand that's like the cool meta of today is like, when the corporations are out to get us, it's evil. All they want to do is profit and not benefit anybody. It's like, and I understand that's the way we're going, but we need to evaluate every single individual brand based on the merit of its own activation. Okay, if there are 30 brands and 30 activations, we should individually evaluate all 30 of them. Okay, we shouldn't just lump them all together and assume they're all good, because not all of them are, and we shouldn't assume they're all bad either. Imagine having a balanced take on something where you evaluate a situation based on the merit of the actual situation. Imagine if you did that, and imagine if you didn't just automatically demonize every single company because you think that CEOs are all sociopathic, psychotic people that are only interested in profit. Okay, like that would be really nuts. You know, imagine thinking about that. Okay, so if we look at Cash App based on the individual merit of its thing, of what it's doing, if we look at Cash App based on the individual merit of its activation, I think it is benign. I think they're doing a very good thing for Twitch overall.